Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Sarita. Happy Saturday. We are down to 2 coffee candles. We've had Goose Creek, we've had Swan Creek, we've had Bath and Body Works, we've had Candleberry, we've had Village Candle, we've had Homeworks. We're down to 2. And it is Coffee Week Day 7. What we've got today is Root Coffee Roastery. Guys, this is a deeply objectionable candle. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, so Root candle looks like this. At least we've burned it, as opposed to the Village candle, which was not burned because we could not. Yeah. So Root candle, I've talked about Root, and I have burned several Root candles, and I've generally pretty happy with Root candles actually. Root hails from Medina, Ohio, and they use I think it's at least a beeswax blend, if not 100%. I think it's a beeswax and like soy blend or something like that. They always have, or they often have this like copper, like, what's this? A beehive kind of look, or a honeycomb look with a bee because of beeswax. It's kind of a mom and pop company, but you know, they've grown up now. They're, you know, decent size at this point, and they have lovely classic jars and classic offerings. They have like a kind of a core collection. They don't come out with like brand new candles all the time, and so there's a great deal of, I think, stability in the company and a familiarity, which I think is really good, especially for a smaller company. So yeah, they come in sizes. There's like a honeycomb-ish glass one too that has like 3 wicks, I think, and it's like a good style Bath and Body Works size. And they might have a couple other formats as well. This is their baby format for sure. This one is 6.3 ounces. And they tend to have colored waxes. So this one was a very dark, like espresso bean kind of color. I bought this off of, yeah, and you kind of see that soy smutty stuff all over the jar. I bought this one off of Amazon, I think for $15.99. I think they do retail. This one does retail for $15.99. What's the, oh, I wrote it down here. The 3 wick is a 10 ounce, so a little bit less than a Bath and Body Works candle. It's about the size of a Bath and Body Works candle, but there's a lot of glass. It's a lot of glass. So it's a 10, no, I take that back. No, I have it wrong. No, the 3 wick should be up in the 12 to 14 ounce range. I didn't write it down. I wrote down that there is a 10 ounce single wick. So it's like this one, but larger, and it is a 10 ounce. And that one is $23.99. It might be like a pillar, but they do have the 3 wick, and I think that one is like a 14.5, and it retails for $28.99, so comparable or a little bit less than a Bath and Body Works. And then these 6 ounce babies are about $15.99. They do have a tin honeycomb traveler size too, which is $13.99. But I would say that it's probably, well, I think the better value here is the 3 wick for $28.99. Some of their candles burn very, very well and are very loud. They have great strength and throw, and more than you would expect from a beeswax soy. Beeswax is even harder traditionally to get good fragrance from than even soy, but really it's impressive how much fragrance Root does generally tend to get from their scented candles, but not all of them. Some of them are not particularly good throwers or have very strong strength, which is more in the realm of what you would expect to see from a beeswax blend. So I would say that your best bet is to go for the 3 wick, just to kind of make sure that at least if you're not familiar with the fragrance, you're giving it the best chance of, you know, getting a good strength, a good volume on it. And those are the ones that I have tended to burn. This one didn't have any problems throwing or having good strength, even with a single wick, fairly narrow diameter. diameter. It did need several hours to pull out though, I will say that. So it didn't really start giving off good strength and throw until it had a decent wax pull. And if that took 2 hours, it took 2 hours. I don't know that you were getting a whole lot prior to that point, but then it reached a certain point, either a temperature threshold or a wax pull threshold, where it really started carrying throughout the house, even with a single wick. So I would say this is probably one of the stronger fragrances for them. And if you had a 3-wick, you'd probably do pretty well with it, at least in terms of volume. The problem is that I didn't want to smell it. I just think this is a very disgusting fragrance. I think it is, you know how they say the best of all worlds or the best of both worlds? This is kind of like the worst of all the coffee worlds. So all of the notes that I'm not loving from any of these or from other coffee candles, it's like all of them are in this candle. This one has kind of a burnt scalded note. This one has also kind of a harsh bitter note. This one also has a chocolate overtone that I don't like. It's not even a nice one. This one also has that weird, like, nutty, almost buttery popcorn note that I got from Espresso Martini. That's basically the only note I got from Espresso Martini. It just kind of has all those questionable notes in the same coffee candle with a base of, I think, authentic coffee. But I don't want any of the rest of it. It's just, whatever here is beautiful and authentic and roasty and deep and coffee-ish is just kind of being cluttered and drowned in like all of these other scent notes that are just really bad. Just really, really bad. Oh, it's so gross. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all, and I'm just gonna say it. I don't think this is an impressive candle. And I just don't know who would like this candle. I tried to look and see if there were reviews, but I wasn't finding very many like online reviews for, oh gosh. Whew. I wasn't finding that many online reviews for this candle. So question mark. Maybe it does have like a following. Maybe people would like it. I personally did not like it at all. I was also, I was looking for a coffee candle that was just straight up coffee, that wasn't chocolate, that certainly wasn't like butter pecan or some other kind of nut or lots of sugar or whatever else, you know? I was looking for a straight up candle, but not only does this one not a straight up coffee candle, it's like the other notes aren't even executed very well. I mean, so it's just kind of gross. It's not a pleasant candle. That's all I can say is it's not a pleasant candle. And the more that it carries strength and throw wise, it kind of amplifies that scalded note too. And it's not nice. It's really not nice. I mean, if you've burned it and you like it, definitely let me know. But I would be surprised if people liked this candle, to be honest. It is being sold right now, of all things, at Bed Bath & Beyond website. I thought they were gone, but apparently they still have an online presence. So they are selling this in all formats at Bed Bath & Beyond website, and I think it's also available right now on the Root website. When I initially went to buy this candle though, it was not available on the Root website, which tells me that they may consider it to be like a seasonal offering for them, for like the fall, for the holiday season, whatever else. Yikes. Yikes. No, it's an absolute hard no for me. It really is. And I was getting a very pronounced like buttered popcorn kind of note from this, but again, like half scalded, half chocolatey. Ugh, it's a no. It's just a no. So unfortunately, it did start to carry throughout the house. Oh my gosh, I remember like watching TV one night, like on the couch, and I'm like, oh, is that the coffee fragrance? Because I was kind of hate burning it in the guest bathroom, and I did think, given its size and its single wickness, that like the guest bathroom was a good place for it. But like I said, after a few hours, this candle starts to really give off volume. And I was sitting in the front room and I was like, oh, is that the coffee candle from the, oh, ugh, ugh. Shut the door. Keep it in there. So, I mean, I should present that as a positive. At least it was giving some amount of strength and throw. And actually, this is a stupid thing, but given the texture of the wax formula here, when it was burned and it was achieving that really good pool, it just looked like a frothy espresso beverage, actually. So here's a picture of what it looked like when it was like pooling out and everything, and it really did legit look like a frothy like coffee or espresso. And none of the other ones looked physically like coffee as much as this one did. So I don't know. Well, we could put that in the imaginary plus column. Unfortunately, it has nothing to do with the actual fragrance, you know, but it is that. So no, I wouldn't recommend this one, but definitely let me know if you had a different experience than I did. I'm just real grateful that I only got it in a single wick. And yeah, I would definitely not repurchase that one again. I just don't think it's a very pleasant coffee, and I don't think anyone would be very happy with it. So there you go. Root, they can't all be winners, right? Root Candle Coffee Roastery. It's a thumbs down for me. Stay tuned today for, I think I'm going to talk about like liqueurs that I like to pour into my coffee. You know at least one of them, maybe two of them, but let's just have a conversation about that. It'll probably be a brief one, but especially if you're trying to doctor some of your Keurig coffees or whatever else, this is, liqueur is a really good direction to go. And I have them in the morning. I'm not going to lie to you. It's such a little bit of liqueur. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I shouldn't recommend it. I shouldn't enable that. Thanks so much for joining me today. We have one coffee candle review tomorrow, but like I said, stay tuned later today for that liqueur review. Thanks so much.